Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome back. For today's video, I have a project I'm very excited about because I did this in maybe the winter of 2023-24, but I finally found the footage for it, put it together, and I'll be showing you how I rebuilt the fuel tank on my O2 Monster 620. This is what it used to be, completely riddled with rust. The fuel was actually coming through, and when I bought it, the fuel was actually coming through in a couple little bubbles. I didn't realize how bad it was until one day I popped the fuel cap and saw that the entire inside was rusted, but we got it to this point. Brand new tank, brand new fuel cap, all new internals, and I will be showing you how I did it today. Hope you enjoy. These two are long, this one is short. Lavoro, lavoro, lavoro. Alright, so straight down, what we see here, straight on the top. So the very first one in the front comes to the top most one. The second one comes to the side. There's only two. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The very top one goes back around to the fuel pump or the filter. So that means number two comes to the top right here. The third one comes to the side right there. I took it apart to see how everything's set up inside, so I can match it up to the new tank. Bro, this is even worse than we thought. Wild. Alright, so I just put off the filter. It was coming this way, so like the fatter nub was on this side and then the flat nub was on that side, so threw it in the grass because of course there's still fuel in it, so just like this though. You know? Arrow was pointing towards me. Wow. It's a real naked bike. What I'm working on now is with the Ducati gas cap. I want to see if I can get the old lock out of here and put it into the new one before it arrives, or when it arrives rather. We'll see. It's pretty fucked. Okay, little washer on there, and when removing this screw, the little piece comes out. Alright, so popped off the cover here. Spring seems to sit in that area, which makes sense. There's the lock mechanism, so hopefully I can salvage that out of there. We'll see, I guess. Right here. So I was pulling on the keyhole, and this boy popped off. And then the plate. And then there's four screws, or four springs rather, seated on here. So we'll see if this comes out now. More fun shit for the day. I'm sitting here taking apart the key lock from my Ducati gas cap. Making some progress here. Stay tuned, although you don't care. Happy Sunday. So I was able to pull the module straight up out of there. Looks like, if I can focus here, it's where the spring slides. Seems okay still. Let's see if I can clean this up and then reuse this part, although it's kind of fucked. If I can ideally get this out, be in good shape. Hopefully I won't have to take this whole part out because I heard this spring sucks. Noteworthy, this little spring here, which really wants to pop out, which I should not let it, sits in, I believe, this groove right here, so hopefully that stays. Yep, for sure. Alright, so we got the old key lock all somewhat cleaned up. It's fine. And the brand new gas cap here. So we're just going to swap this and this so that we can use the same keyhole. That way when we're starting the bike, getting gas, taking off the seat, we don't have to use different keys. So I lifted the old key, or the new key lock straight up. Just wanted to take note of these springs real quick because they do tend to pop out. So we're going to hold this in here kind of, just so you can see. As I'm moving the camera away, obviously. And then I want to take off the new gasket from the new piece and swap it over to the old one, since the old one is shot. Sorry for the bad quality here. So little by little, I'm just taking off the old components, transferring them onto the new components, transferring them onto the old one. Just taking out the springs, little washer here. See my magnet, just try not to mess anything up. We'll see how this goes. I'm a little bit worried about the spring mechanism in here. I hope I don't mess that up because there's a lot of very small springs, but we'll see. Alright, successfully got everything transferred over, including the little, not filter, but I guess air chamber, we'll call it that for now, onto the new lid. Time to button it up. Crazy. I asked him to coat the inside as well, and he did an okay job. Not the best, not the worst, but that's alright. Still looks sick. I'm very happy with it. And then he painted the rear seat cover for me as well. I didn't expect him to do that. I just gave it to him for a paint match, but he's like, I had extra paint. I did it for you. Alright, so looking at the parts, that starts at the back of the bike. And then it's one of these fat lines. It's going to lead from here to the first filter. It's one of these two. But these two are the same, so they're going to be like the number 1 and 2 hose, or pipes, and the fat one's in the front. So we'll see. So starting from the back of the tank to the front. Drain 1, drain 2. So we finally found it. This big boy, the 251A, is what connects the fuel pump to the first filter using these two clamps. Alright, so managed to sneak in the fuel pump in there. I'd say you need skinny arms for this part. Or you're gonna be a very good contortionist at least. And then also put in the fuel sensor and linked it up to the bottom of the tank. So all good here. So according to the diagram, the 571A connects to the very top, which goes straight to the first filter. The 0041A connects to the, whatever hose goes into the very front one. So it's these bigger clamps. Just 2, one on each side, and then go straight to the filter. And that's a wrap. Would have been 100 times easier with smaller hands, especially working here. But got everything hooked up, and I got my arm hair in there. That's nice. Being Italian, thanks. Got the filter in, fuel pumps back there, all plugged in. I gotta wait for the key part to come in. Everything's hooked up here, good to go.